Fortunate events. Fortunate events. Series of fortunate events.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody, to the latest episode of the series of Fortunate Events podcast, brought to you by who? It's MeMeCherry. And I have a returning guest today, a beautiful Orchid award-winning drag performer, makeup artist, the sweet doll herself. It's Vanilla Meringue.
Hi. Oh, everyone, please calm down. Hi.
More panties on the stage.
Hi. How are you?
Oh my gosh. I was listening to our previous episode today.
Okay.
2018.
Yeah. Oh, was it that long ago?
Yes.
Oh my God. 5 years.
25 years. 5 years.
Wow.
And so much is the same.
And so much has changed.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
We love that. That's amazing.
Yes.
Well, congrats on this coming back.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fluid 510, for sponsoring the podcast, giving us a beautiful home.
She looks gorgeous.
Yes, beautiful gowns.
Beautiful gowns. We love her.
Beautiful gowns. So yes, last time that you were on, you were about to celebrate 18 years, I think it was, of marriage.
Wow. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And now you're past the 20-year mark.
We're 23 this year.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yikes.
So I want to start there because I'm amazed at that.
Sure.
Because Miss Mimi's been trying to do her thing and I am just striking out. So I need some advice. How does one find long-lasting love and maintain it?
That's a great question. I think desperation. Clinging to each other. No,
codependency.
Yeah, totally. Horrible upbringings. No, I mean, it's dedication, hard work, compromising, all those things that are super cliche and awful, but
of course.
But actually play into it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, and actually loving each other, I think is mutually being oh, I love you so much.
Well, you lead with love.
Yeah, totally. I try to.
Makes sense. Yes.
I try
well, that's
to.
beautiful.
I'm a rotten cunt too, but I also try to be nice.
She's rotten.
I've got opinions.
In her cunty opinion. The spinoff to Crumble opinion.
That's true, which I've never been on.
Ooh.
So
Phoebe, Phoebelina. Get Vanilla Meringue onto the crumbles.
That's right. I could say a lot of stuff.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I saw the internet was a little bit ablaze on local tea.
Oh, what was it?
So there's a certain drag performer who I guess other drag performers maybe are not so much of a fan of their day job, maybe.
Their day job.
One that might wear a badge.
Oh, I know who we're speaking of. Yes. I was just reading something online before I got here.
Yeah, so we probably were reading similar things.
Yes.
So yes, the Bay Area drag scene is just...
Yikes. It takes all kinds.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's spicy.
All out here.
Well, speaking of, what do you think of the current state? What is the current state of the union of the Bay Area drag? And in your cunty opinion?
Oh, I mean, it's very interesting. Just in the short time that I feel like I've been doing drag, which is, not even 10 years, I feel like I've seen it change a lot.
Yeah.
And, some good things, some bad things.
Yeah.
Changing of the guards definitely has happened in certain circles. So it's interesting to witness all that stuff. But I mean, majority, it's great. I think it's I love Bay Area drag. Somebody recently said Bay Area drag was crunchy, and fuck you, bitch. So
Granola's good for you.
Yeah. I mean, hello. You need some fiber.
Yes.
So that's what the Bay Area drag is here for. No, I mean, I love Bay Area drag. I think it has something for everybody. We still have the crunchy pageanty, beautiful girls, just like anywhere else. But we also like to focus on art, which is what I love.
Yeah.
You go to a Bay Area drag show and you don't know what the fuck you're going to see.
Yeah.
And it sure as fuck isn't just going to be death drops and, all that stuff.
And even our pageants are not your...
No.
It's not going to be your Texas pageant.
No, they're crunchy.
They're granola.
They're crunchy.
They're good for you. Yeah, it's funny because last time you were on, who was when you speak of guards coming and going, Florida
Yeah. Oh,
had just kind of won Star Search, right? Is what it was.
Yep.
And my sweet Florida has come and gone a couple times.
Yeah.
But now has children who will be coming on the podcast.
Nice.
And
okay.
And it's interesting because like Oak Lash was a baby back then, and now it's
that's true.
Yes, and such a huge thing. So many things have again changed but stayed the same.
Right.
You're still as gorgeous as ever.
Thank you.
Still sweet as ever.
Thank you.
So the other thing, when I was re-listening to our previous show, we talked a lot about your upbringing.
Yeah.
And your relationship with your family and the lack thereof of connection to vanilla with your family. Has that changed at all since then?
It's gotten worse.
Oh, no.
No, it's fine.
It doesn't always get better.
Listen, I not enjoy, but I am here for transparency about that. Like, I think that we've come so far, but we're still like, have so far to go. And particularly like my family is an issue, and they always have been, and they continue to be. I have love for them. We're currently not speaking, and that's kind of on my terms. And I've just kind of come to a place where I'm like, I don't need this, and I don't need your judgment of me, and I don't need you calling me a man. I don't need you like doing any of that stuff. So it's just kind of
misgendering is very 2018.
No, dead naming and misgendering, and like continuing to do so when you've been told that it's disrespectful and like hurtful and all those things is just kind of, I'm at a crossroads where I'm like, this isn't love, and they don't want to know who I really am, and that's not really love.
No.
So I mean, it's rough, and I definitely like have days where I think about it a lot, and I get really emotional about it, and days where I'm depressed, and but ultimately that's not like, I'm not choosing to let that control my life and my trajectory and the things that I'm doing. So they can either choose to eventually like be like, oh God, maybe it's worth it, but I don't have an expectation that will happen. So I am okay with that, and that's their decision, and they're missing out on knowing a great person and their child. So I mean, what a downer to start with, but
it's the Barbara Walters portion of the show.
But I mean, again, like I feel like being transparent about that is kind of important, because there are so many queer people in our community and elsewhere, who could be listening to this podcast or watching a drag show that I'm in or whatever. And they don't have great relationships with their families either. And that's kind of also, again, what the Bay Area drag provides, is like a sense of family. Working at Oasis, I have a family there, and being in shows with people, I have families there. Like,
Thank Goddess for our chosen families.
Exactly. It's all about the chosen family.
And so we touched a little bit on something that was a big change since the last time that we talked. I think your, if I'm going to recap it correctly, your gender expression at that point was still a little bit shades of pink, but still,
yes, I've always been shades of pink. She's always been a pink girl. But yeah, I was not then completely like being transparent with myself.
So you had another out. You came out of another quote unquote closet.
Sitting at home during COVID really changed things for a lot of people, and myself included. Just a lot of hours alone thinking, and sitting at my kitchen table with my coffee and being like, Who is she?
What
am I doing? Why have I been living like this? All those things. So I think for so long I kind of operated in a gray zone in my mind, where I was like, I'm not going to make anybody uncomfortable. I'm just going to keep my head down and keep moving. Keep it pumping.
Not make any waves.
No, totally. And like, that's what it's about. Like, that's how I grew up with, the situation with my family. I grew up trying to be like a peacemaker and trying to like not raise any issues and draw more attention to myself than I was.
Not to be seen or heard.
Drawn.
Kind of like just.
I mean, it was my femme queerness was irrepressible. Like there was no stopping it. I was just like, but no boundaries at all. But I learned very quickly to like shut that shit up and be, No, I was never undetectable. You could always clock me, honey.
Not a king can clock.
Everyone can clock.
It's like the internet has made that verse 10,000 versions.
Oh my God. I said the first time I saw it, I was like, well, yeah, that's going to be everywhere in 5 seconds. And of course it is. It's amazing.
Do me a favor. Can you wink for me again?
I used to do
You
that
do
a
like
lot.
a Rihanna wink.
When I was a little girl, I used to do that a lot. I would just always like, I thought that was ultra femme thing to do because in cartoons you would always see like long lashes blinking. So I just thought like blinking was really cute and femme. So I was like,
you give me a very Rihanna wink because Rihanna's like very like.
I do it less now, but she still speaks out sometimes.
Yes. So again, things being different, things being the same.
Yes.
Something that has, unfortunately, a pendulum has swung in the last 5 years in terms of the acceptance of queer people.
Yeah.
In terms of the acceptance of drag queens. In terms of the acceptance of trans people.
Yeah.
And you have participated in some of these events that are basically on the forefront of this hot conversation. And part of the reason, not only because in her humble opinion made me jealous and made me want to come back, but part of what made me want to come back was also me having conversations with like my day-to-day people and just how much misinformation there is out there.
Yeah.
Even for like your average well-meaning, liberal person. So first of all, talk to me about Drag Queen Story Hour.
Well, I mean, a Drag Queen Story Hour, there was certainly a lot more people qualified more than I am to talk about Drag Queen Story Hour.
Yeah.
But I did grow up kind of in a lot of library situations. And, I would like one of my safe havens in high school actually was the library in my high school. The librarians, older female librarians were like, my best friends, like really my only friends in that situation. Like everybody else in the school was terrible to me.
Yeah.
And I took refuge. I would just hang out back in the back rooms of the libraries, going through old magazines and stuff like that. And that was my safe haven. So that's kind of important to me. I loved story times as a child too. So yeah, obviously that's like a natural pairing. It does seem to be the target of a lot of people's, abuse recently, and that is awful and it's stupid.
Misdirected in my opinion.
We know that, of course. I mean, like it's completely misdirected. That's it's reading books to children. There's nothing sexual about it. Like that's it feels like it shouldn't even have to be said. So but yeah, there was a lot going on with that a couple years ago, and there still is now. I actually like pulled out of a story time. If you Google Vanilla Meringue, it comes up and that's like pisses me off. But I pulled out of a story time right after Panda Dulce got like basically
doxed.
attacked at a Drag Queen Story Hour, and then Proud Boys came in and like intimidated everyone. And it was a few days after that I was scheduled to do a story time. And it freaked me out, and I didn't want to do it.
Well, that's why I wanted you to talk about it, because
sure.
I tell people about these things, and they think this is happening in Alabama.
No,
and
totally.
I'm like, no, it's happening in our backyard.
It's happening. That happened. I think I'm not sure if it was San Francisco or Berkeley, but it happened here. And like, if it can happen here, it can happen absolutely anywhere.
Exactly.
And libraries, as much as I love them, may not be prepared with security or to be able to handle that issue. A lot of people that work at libraries are little tender souls.
Yeah.
And I am as well.
Yeah.
So I'm a cream puff. I'm not going to be able to do anything if a bunch of big men come in.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I didn't feel safe doing it.
Yeah.
And that like really like it made me sad. It made me sad that I felt like I had to do that, and that I was, maybe disappointing some people.
Yeah.
But I kind of have to prioritize safety at a certain point.
For sure.
And that kind of sucks, but that's the decision that I came to. I was feeling really uncomfortable about it.
And that's the reality.
Because it was super fresh. It was like 3 days before. And, I hadn't heard of any other story times happening in that span. Like, so I was like, it's making me very uncomfortable. I sat with it, and then I was like, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
So I'm glad that you prioritized your safety.
Sure.
Because that's very important. And thank you for sharing, because I think, again, it's important for people to hear what the reality is of how these things impact people day to day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just, some story on Fox News.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, anywho, that was our, kind of going deep and getting a little bit sad. Let's talk about your drag journey since the last time that we talked. How do you feel your drag has evolved in the last few years?
That is a good question. I'm still doing a lot of the things that I love to do, like drag theater is like my absolute favorite thing to do. I'm still doing a lot of that. I am working at Oasis full time now.
Nice.
I'm the house manager at Oasis.
Nice.
So, that's been a journey and a fun thing for me, and I love it. There's definitely challenging points to it, but I love it. But my drag journey has pretty much stayed the same. With coming out and like being fully transparent about being a trans woman, I think maybe it's veered a little bit softer in presentation.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's about it. I'm still just doing the thing.
I loved your Zelda piece.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. That was fun.
Yeah. So talk to me about the choice of song with the choice of character for that one. That was interesting.
Thank you. I was thinking about what I would do for Nintendo Night, and there was only kind of one choice for me because during the pandemic, I played Breath of the Wild.
Same.
Like every day, not every day, but like that and Animal Crossing. I was like, as soon as I got my hands on a Switch with that unemployment check, I said, let me get Breath of the Wild. But I was surprised about how much I loved it. I hadn't played a Zelda game in a long time.
Yeah.
And it's such a gorgeous game.
Yes.
It's so like soft and comforting, and there's nothing really super challenging. Even all the monsters are a little bit cartoony and cute, so I can handle her.
And when you cook, chicka 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 tinking, chicka 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 tinking.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I was just playing that a lot. So I played that for a good long time, and I also knew that the day before the Nintendo show that I did this for at Princess, I knew that Tears of the Kingdom was coming out the next day, or it was coming out the day before. So yeah, I just wanted to do that because I love that game so much, and it kind of like got me through that emotional point where I was, discovering that I was a trans woman. Yes, like hello, and through all that craziness of being locked down and like all these crazy things, the world's burning around us.
Yeah.
So that was like my little safe haven.
Yes.
But picking that song, I was waiting for the bus, and I just was listening to what I already had on my phone. And one of them, like songs I want to perform someday. And one of them was A Piece of Sky by Barbra Streisand, and it just fit.
Yes.
I didn't think about it. I was like, what song am I going to do for this? But yeah, that song just kind of fit because it was talking about like going on a journey and having the world open up to you and all that stuff. So I don't know. And it's just extra bringing the drama mama, and I'm all about the drama mama.
Yes.
So yeah, I just thought it has a huge crescendo.
Yes.
That kind of just invites the audience to celebrate and whatever. So, and I just kind of made it like a serious love letter to the game too, which I think a lot of nerds who go to shows like that appreciate.
Yes.
So I'm not stupid.
To nerd out a little bit, have you got yourself the Tears of the Kingdom?
Of course. Yes, I'm very far in.
Yes.
Very far in.
Same.
She's taken her time and doing every single shrine and every single man with the sign that's falling over.
Yes, I love the guy with the sign falling over. I'm like, really, dude, you can't figure this out? Fine, I'll help you again. You're going to give me mushroom rice balls. I got it.
Yes, a night at the inn. Thank you. I'll take it. I'll take a night at the inn.
I have so many sleepover tickets because I want to keep. I want my pony points.
I know. That sounds. Everything about it sounds dirty. Got all my sleepover tickets and I got my pony points.
And that guy with the stand that won't stand up.
Who can't get his
We need
stick
to
to
help
go
it to
up. We need it to
stand
stay up, honey. Get that stick standing straight up.
Well, something that I want to give kudos to that I love so much. I need to make my way back to Oasis. I've been like in my little hole, my hobbit hole in Alameda, but how immersive of an experience those princess shows can be with like the screen and the video. Like it's high production value.
Really up to the game.
Yes.
Yeah, you can go to like a lot of bars and not all of them have huge tens of thousands of dollars worth of equipment like that. So
that they're still streaming.
Yes.
Is amazing.
Yeah. So all the princess shows are digital, which is great. There's a lot on the Oasis website that you can watch back.
Yeah.
You can watch back a lot of the theater shows too. So it's like invaluable. I think that's really important. It's super important to people who maybe don't feel comfortable going out to the club or maybe can't go out to the club for whatever reason.
Yeah.
They still get to experience drag.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Tell me a little bit
super
more
cool.
about working for Oasis full time. That's also very new.
Yeah,
For the podcast.
Totally. It's been since like we came out of the pandemic. I started working there when the club reopened.
Okay.
As the house manager and front of house and box office and all that stuff is
What
on
entails?
me.
Like what does a house manager at a club do?
So I mean, it's just kind of like I set the room up if we're having a cabaret, and I manage all of the ushers, and I make sure everybody is seated correctly, and I exchange people's tickets, and answer emails and answer the phone calls and all that stuff.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Well, congratulations.
All the tickets that you're buying to Princess, that's all me. So treat me right.
Yes.
Treat me right.
You better be nice.
Yeah.
Be nice to
I mean,
Vanilla.
you
Be
should
nice
just
to
be
Holdy.
nice in general.
Yes, you should.
But
Well, I think this is the perfect time
okay.
to take a quick little sweet, cute little commercial break.
Oh my God.
I might just need to have a little cuddle session with Vanilla.
Oh, okay. Just cuddling?
A little consensual cuddle.
Okay.
And we're back.
Oh, hi.
That cuddle.
It
was so
great.
cute.
You told me some really dirty stories, and I appreciate that.
Whisper sweet nothings in Vanilla's ear as we cuddled. So now that we got through the babwa portion of the show, aka all the deep and heavy and
Yeah.
at least you didn't cry. The last two cried.
Tears, honey, no tears. That's embarrassing. No tears. Don't cry.
So
We're strong.
now we go into the Andy Cohen portion of the show.
Yes.
One of these days. Watch. See, actually, so the last time that we talked, I was courting Bob. I was courting Willem.
Okay.
Both have been on the show.
Oh,
Check it
fabulous.
out. SophiePod.com/episodes. So we manifested that.
Yeah.
So I think Vanilla, let's manifest Mimi going on Watch What Happens Live as the bartender.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
That'd be cute.
Oh, sure.
Come on, Andy. I've been writing you a love letter for years at this point.
Oh my God. I mean, you should just be a guest, honestly.
I'll take bartender.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll take bartender. Sure.
With a cute little cunty guest that I can then pitch for the pot.
Okay. All right. Do you watch Housewives?
Yes.
Who would it be?
Oh, if I could have my ideal housewife. Well, in theory, so there's a two-prong answer.
Okay.
Because the one that I really want is no longer on Bravo.
Who's she?
And she inspires this game that we're going to play.
Who?
And that would be Miss Nene Leakes' Go to Bed Wig.
Oh, please. Hello.
So,
the
Nene
best.
Leakes. And then on the
definitely
same
top 5.
right, and then on the
Yeah.
same vein, another one that's not on the network anymore, but top housewife Bethany. Hello.
Okay, another great hello.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, there's definitely top people from each city, and Bethany, it would have to be New York, right?
Yes. And then if I'm gonna pick an all-star that I would just dream to have on the show, that would be another two-prong, Kenya and Erica. So Kenya
good
from
choices.
Atlanta.
Oh, Erica's a juicy one.
Yes.
Could get a lot of stuff out of that.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Come on,
Okay.
Andy.
I mean,
So we're gonna play
okay.
Go to Bed Wig, Disney Villains and Zelda Characters Edition.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you the name of either a Disney villain or a Zelda character,
Okay.
and you're gonna tell me if they should go to bed wig, aka you tired, go take a nap,
Okay.
or they can come to the party and come hang out.
Okay.
So first up on Go to Bed Wig, Disney Villains and Zelda Characters Edition, Miss Cruella DeVille.
She can go to bed, wig. Those cheekbones, honey, that filler has migrated. Something's wrong. The shape of her head is not natural.
Not the
We
filler
don't
has
not that we
migrated.
like natural, but oh my God, there's something happening there. And it's
Also, we
not
like
good.
puppies around here.
Yeah, totally. Like murdering puppies. I don't know, not the cutest look. Something about it.
The
rubs me
cigarette holder
wrong
was
way.
cunty, though.
That's the only thing that was cunty about that.
Next contestant on Go to Bed Wig, our sweet voice stealing sea witch, Ursula.
Oh, I mean, I feel like we have to keep Ursula for sure.
She comes to the party.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be on a podcast that caters mostly to queer people and say, I don't want Ursula to stick around. She can stay a party.
And you did a rendition of Ursula.
I did. I'm kind of like looking back on it now. I'm not the most proud of how I looked. My dress was amazing. Amy Sarzan, who designs for does every single outfit that Trixie wears, made my Disney costume in like 5 seconds.
Wow.
She's a magician. And I didn't get to keep it. The Disney kept it.
Oh, for the archives.
Sure. I like to tell myself it's in the Disney vault somewhere. It's probably, they were probably like, get rid of this smelly shit.
Speaking of smelly bitches,
Yeah.
what about Captain Hook?
Oh, I love, actually, like, this is, don't steal this idea, you bitches.
TM.
But one of my, have to do numbers, I really want to do like a yesified Captain Hook. And like maybe it's like a cross between, I'm kind of against people doing Marie Antoinette drag. I think it's tired. So if you had that idea, like, don't do it.
Marie Antoinette drag should go to Bed Wig.
It should go to Bed Wig, honey. Everybody's done it. It's been done. You can't do it better than other people have done it. Like, just stop doing Marie Antoinette drag. Please stop it.
Go to Bed Wig.
This is me.
I feel like, again, don't steal this idea, but Captain Hook, you know, would be a great song.
Okay, give it to me.
Tick-tock, tick-tock,
Oh yeah,
tick-tock.
I mean, honestly, that would require a mix for sure. But I've always wanted to do like a super cunty Captain Hook look. That's in my back drawer, like in my catalog of things.
I'm
gonna
need you to bring that to life.
Yeah.
Another cunty gentleman,
Uh-huh.
Gaston himself.
Honey, I bought him for Gaston in a hot second.
Comes to
like,
the party.
who did not? How you can come to the party, honey? Who did not fantasize about Gaston? Every last inch of him is covered with hair. Enough said.
Gaston comes to the party.
Sure, comes to bed.
Another naughty gentleman, king of the underworld himself, Hades.
Go to bed, honey. Hercules, great music.
I feel like Hades likes to do a little too much K in the corner.
Yeah, I'm not a super fan. Yeah, I'm not a super fan.
No.
It's okay.
And the last one of our Disney villains, Maleficent herself.
Stay all day.
Come to the party.
Yeah. She can come to the party.
Yeah.
Specifically the 1950s Maleficent.
I feel like she brings a good bottle of wine.
Angelina
maybe champagne.
Jolie, like, you know, stick to your children.
What cocktail do you think Maleficent drinks?
Dark and stormy. I don't know.
Thank you for yes anding.
A dragon? I have no idea.
Dragon.
Green dragon. I don't know.
Okay, Go to Bed Wig. We're moving over to the Zelda characters.
Sure.
And a somebody.
This might like reveal that I don't know everything about Zelda. Go ahead.
I was
okay.
generous.
Make it easy.
A little. Hey, listen, Navi the fairy.
Oh my God! So you can stay to the party, hon. You come on right in. We welcome everybody here.
We need somebody to tell people to go home.
Oh my God!
At the end of the party. Hey, go home.
Some people just need extra love, and maybe that's one person who we could apply that to.
Next up on Go to Bed Wig, Zelda
Sure.
characters.
Okay.
Our seller and buyer of wares who's obsessed with energetic rhino beetles.
Yes.
Mr. Beedle himself.
Woo-hoo.
Woo-hoo.
She can stay at the party. Yeah. She's cute. She carries a lot on her back, literally.
Yes.
And we need her to put down that big sack and join us. Obviously
What's in your
queer-coded.
sack, Beedle?
At least to me, in my head canon, Beetle is queer-coded. We'll keep her.
In our version of Zelda, he just pulls out bottles of poppers.
Yeah.
Urbosa, the Gerudo champion herself.
Oh my God. Gorgeous, stunning, statuesque, beautiful, flawless.
Club, another club.
Yes, keep her. Strong female character.
Yes.
Yes, well written. We love her. Strong power. Yes.
Another one who I think is a little queer coded.
Sure.
Mr. Maracas himself. Ting, 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 ting. Has to.
She's there, but she can go to Bed Wig.
She feels a little thirsty.
She's too desperate.
She's a little pick-me.
Yeah, she's a little pick-me for sure. It's like, we don't need you to do that song every time, hon. Keep it quick. Yeah. Da-da-da-da. Oh, yeah,
and also,
she's okay.
She's like a reverse drug dealer. Like, I'll take a little bit.
I'll
take more. I'll take more.
And she charges a lot, which isn't to say she shouldn't get her coin, but like, girl.
Oh my gosh.
Your prices.
So our twink of the hour.
Okay.
Link himself.
Oh, I mean, obviously. What am I going to send him home?
I don't know.
No, of course.
Come to the party.
Yeah.
And the causer of all this drama herself.
Yeah.
Miss Zelda.
Oh, Miss Zelda. Honey, I don't know if she can fit in the party anymore. If you're playing Tears of the Kingdom, it's not a spoiler alert, but you know what I mean. If you're playing Tears of the Kingdom, she can't fit in the party. The party would
She can
break.
light up the party.
She would light up the party if she flew by, but she
Spoiler alert.
She can't come to the party.
She's so pretty though.
No, she's so pretty.
As a
hun.
dragon.
So pretty. Her hair
I
is
tried
gorgeous.
shooting her. I was like, why is nothing coming off of her?
You have to wait 10 minutes. You have to sit there and wait. And believe me, I've waited. Farming Zelda's hair.
I want a piece. I want a piece.
But
of her
no more shall be
hand.
said.
Well, look
Yeah.
at that. That wasn't that bad.
That was easy.
Go to bed, Wig.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
We loved it.
Bow, 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 bow. Next up
Yeah.
in our Andy Cohen portion of the show. So last time we played Willem's Dragtionary. We're not going to do that today. But it's a cousin game. We're going to play word association.
Okay.
Did you want a little something before
No,
we
I'm
get
good
into it?
with one. You don't need me at two.
Got it. So
It was really good though. Fluid
Yes.
510.
Thank you, Manny.
Perfect.
So we're gonna give you word association, and this is drag royalty / drag shows.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you a name or the name of a party,
Okay.
and you're just gonna tell me what comes to mind.
Okay. It's dangerous.
So we're gonna start with good old Juanita Moore.
Oh, I mean, like, come on. Top tier icon, doing so much for the community, doing so much for drag, like an amazing cook. Nothing bad to say. Absolutely nothing bad to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
The most gorgeous horse-faced child too.
Yeah.
Panocha.
No comment. I was like, which one?
I love you, Princess Panocha. Next up in our word association, divine.
I mean, when you think drag, you think divine, or at least people who have taste do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the first most legendary drag queen, I mean, RuPaul has done so much, but divine kind of bulldozed the way.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of bulldozing the way, Jackie Beat.
Pass.
I'll take a pass. She pleads the filth.
Not my style.
Okay.
I feel comfortable saying that.
Okay.
I don't care. Yeah, not my style. I think the humor is tired. Sorry. Dick jokes are just like dick jokes at this point. We don't need every song to be redone with penis in it. Like, it's like, get some new material. Like, believe me, I've been a part of a lot of shows where the humor revolves around tacky humor, and I think it's funny to a certain point, but building a whole career on it is not maybe my favorite. It's just not for me. I mean, I think she's great. I respect
cunty
what she's done.
opinion.
Yeah, there we go. Now,
Well, we respect, but we also
but also, yes, I respect what she's like, the journey she's been on, what she's done. I purchased part of her face during the pandemic when she got a facelift.
okay.
I still enjoy her, but I mean, like, that's not my favorite.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's all.
For sure. Somebody who was a big part of your journey, Peaches Christ.
Oh, I mean, I don't have a bad thing to say about Peaches Christ at all. I wish I did. No, I love Peaches. I absolutely adore Peaches. I think in my mind, maybe because I've worked with her so closely over the years and whatever, I think she's the top of the Bay Area, like the absolute top. And you can, if you want to fight me on it, go ahead. I think that there's no one better to represent the Bay Area than Peaches. I think that she has kind of encapsulated what Bay Area drag is about.
Yes.
I think she has built the world that she wanted to see. I think that she built a community around herself. She is so smart and so funny
Yeah.
and so genius. And she's an icon for a reason. Like, she, she did that. So Peaches is amazing. Yeah.
SophiePod.com/episode/Peaches Christ. The other half of the duo that was Peaches and Heclina. How do we feel about Heclina? Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Our sweet Heckles.
Again, like, I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but what a rotted cunt she was.
She would have loved you for saying it.
I know. I loved Heclina. There again, like, I don't think the Bay Area drag scene would not be anything close to what it is without Heclina.
Yeah.
I think her influence is just far and wide. It will forever be far and wide for us. She's just like, she made Bay Area drag, what it is. She put it on the map.
Yeah.
She also made drag her own in a very like punk rock cool way. Going to Tranny Shack and going to Mother felt like way different experiences than going to any other drag show, and that's still true.
Yeah.
Like going to those spaces and you felt fucking cool being there, and that doesn't feel the same at every drag show. You don't walk into every drag show and go like, this is something special, this is something cool.
Yeah.
That's changed a lot now. So I mean, I definitely feel like that was the beginning of my career, was majorly influenced my decision to get into drag was because of Heclina, and she also like allowed me a platform to propel myself.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Phoebe, previous guest of the podcast, mentioned that T-Shack was very much part of her formative years in terms of drag and drag expression and community in terms of drag. And when I was finding myself in terms of this community, Oasis was definitely a home for me. I spent New Year's at Oasis a couple times.
Yeah.
And Heclina was so generous and so kind and very rotted to the core.
Yeah, totally.
But
But isn't that what you love about her? Like, that's also one of the best things about her, was that she was an intimidating, larger than life drag queen, which is what I want from drag. These pretty girls who watch Drag Race, they grow up and they're 12 years old and they think they can do drag, and they wear a human hair unit and they do all these stupid dance moves. I've got opinions, but like, that's nothing to me. Like, that's like, I look at that and I'm just like, whatever, it's boring. Like Joan Crawford said, if you want to see the girl next door, go next door.
Yes.
So, but I want to see a fucking drag queen. Heclina was a
right.
drag queen, and a scary one. I always say the drag queens should be lightly scary. They should intimidate you when you talk to them. You shouldn't be soft and gentle all the time, and least of all when you're in drag. So I really appreciate that kind of like fear that she put into people, because I think that's what it should be, bitch. You should be scared.
Well, it's like a diva kind of like quality to it all.
Absolutely.
We all love Mariah, but we're all a little bit scared of her.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, like Patti LaBelle. I don't want her to be like, she's be a diva.
Exactly,
Please. Thank you.
And next up, in terms of queens, Heclina's partner at Oasis and your new boss.
Yes, absolutely.
Darcy.
I think one of the sweetest people. I can't say anything bad about her. I wish I could again. But no, like, I mean, honestly, one of the sweetest people. I think she just really cares about people and really cares about the community that she fosters with Oasis. And it loves to include everybody in her endeavors. And I just can't say enough good things about her. The world's first drag laureate, as she will never let you forget. I think it's fabulous. I mean, like, she's given herself this big platform, and she's doing really great things with it, and she's making Oasis just as much of a like community space as it needs to be. She's great.
I've courted her on and off over the years. Put in a good word for me. I'll bring the studio to Oasis.
Yes. No, she would definitely
be great to have you on the show, Darcy. Speaking of Oasis, speaking of Heclina, what do we think when I say mother? As in the show.
For me, it's just memories. It's memories of me coming up in drag and wanting to be on that stage so bad. Because you start in drag just like anywhere else at the bottom. You're at the bottom. You do the small shows. You do whatever will book you. And you like for me, and I think a lot of people and a lot of performers in the Bay Area, you wanted to be on that Oasis stage because again, it has all of the bells and whistles, and it really gives you. It's a stage. It's not a box in a bar. It's a stage.
Yes.
So everybody wants to be there. That's how it was for me. So yeah, I think Mother is kind of like me breaking into that. Winning Star Search, doing a bunch of numbers with people I loved, like Peggy Legs and Rocks and my little baby White.
Yes.
So yeah, it's just memories for me and really good memories.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like Mother's younger cousin is Princess.
For sure.
What do we think about Princess?
I love Princess. I think it's such a fun show. I think Lisa and Cochina are so great at what they do.
Yeah.
So again, I don't have anything bad to say about Princess. I love it.
Shout out Lisa. Shout out Cochina.
Shout out Tito,
I love you both. Yes, shout out
Suda
Tito.
and Evian and everybody who has like Mud. Everybody who has anything to do with Princess, we love.
Yes. Something when I was kind of scrolling through your Instagram,
Yeah.
I learned a lesson.
Okay.
And so I will just say the phrase.
Yeah.
And tea dance. And your post about the tea dance. I didn't know the history of the tea dance.
The tea dance, yeah. I mean, it was Darcy's baby. It was every Sunday at Oasis, and it was just like a fun disco party. I was on the billboard for it because I was left out of another billboard, and it was a makeup for me. So, and I deserved to be there because I'm gorgeous.
She's perfect. She's beautiful.
Yeah, no, I mean, and the tea dance was really cute. Well, us did. It's no longer with us.
Yeah,
but
give the children the quick history lessons on the tea dance itself.
So the tea dance started, I believe, in the Northeast during the 60s and 70s. I think it was a place for people to be. Gay bars were kind of obviously targeted by law enforcement and by the right wing fascist brigade.
Things are the same. Things are different.
Things have changed and things have stayed the same. But anyway, their workaround for it, they weren't allowed to have alcohol, so they weren't allowed to gather in places that had alcohol. So their workaround for it was making a little tea party, like with no alcohol. So it was a little tea dance for people to do Sunday afternoons, and then take a disco nap and get fucked in the ass later.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of disco naps and getting fucked in the ass later, Pride.
God. Marathon.
Yes.
Pride for me is always exhausting, and I think it is for like pretty much any performer, any drag performer. Exhausting in a nice, financially comfortable way.
Yeah.
I wish Pride were every month and corporations would hire us to do their fucking Zoom bingos and all that bullshit every fucking month.
Hint, hint.
Value queer people and trans people
Hint,
and
hint.
people of color every fucking month. So, I mean, Pride is great, and we still obviously need it. We're still under attack. It's still important for us to show ourselves and celebrate ourselves and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, there's a lot of bullshit that goes along with all that. The corporations and, rainbow washing and taking away and Target and, all that bullshit.
Yeah.
So Pride is complicated,
Yes.
but, still important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
Sorry, that was a weird answer.
No, I love that answer. It's a
Okay.
great answer.
Good. Thank you.
Beautiful
I know it
gowns.
was.
Last but not least, Oaklash.
Oh, Oaklash. I mean, Oaklash is so amazing. I think that the opportunity for Bay Area drag to be put on a pedestal and seen by, like people around the country, giving us some visibility, especially Oakland, beautiful Oakland, which we're sitting in right now, people.
Yes.
Fluid 510.
Downtown
Port
Oakland.
Bar, White Horse, all of the queer bars in Oakland and the East Bay represent. I just think it's super important. And I think what Mama Celeste and Beatrix have done is amazing and given so many people a platform.
Yes.
And I was in the first promotion for Oaklash
Yes.
and the first photo shoot and everything. And then I've been in it almost every year. I wasn't in it this past year, but I don't apply.
I will very much insert the rattle sound in there and again.
No, I love Oaklash and I love Mama Celeste and I love Beatrix.
Yeah. Oaklash was a big part of this year, me finally kind of getting comfortable to being back in the community, back in the scene.
Yeah.
I got to help out more this year, but I have such amazing pictures of you from previous years.
Oh, nice.
And it's just such a good memory.
Yeah, the most recent thing I did with Oaklash was like the takeover of Fairyland, not for this past Oaklash, but like a couple, I don't know, was it last year?
Yes.
Was so fun. Yeah, it was so cute. It's the first time I've ever been in Fairyland. Love it.
I know.
Mini Disneyland.
I need to make enough friends to make it worth renting out Fairyland for my birthday.
Yeah, totally, because otherwise you have to bring a child.
Oh,
No,
how dare you?
Child. Oh, God.
Ooh.
No, fine.
Well, I want to say very much thank you to Fluid 510.
Yes.
If you're here in the Oakland area, come by.
They make a lovely cocktail.
Yes, cute cocktails.
And they have a cute little stage back there.
Yes.
And also look how populated we are
Yes,
on a
we've got some cute
Wednesday
little people.
afternoon.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes. So I'm hoping part of the dream of the podcast is some live shows maybe in the back, like once a quarter or something. A live little podcast would be cute. I have a couple of ideas ruminating. I did a pitch, and if they don't take up on my pitch, I have another idea. So take me on my pitch.
We will take this camera elsewhere.
You little crumbs. Hint.
Oh my God. That was a subtle hint.
But before we wrap up, I want you to tell everybody where they can find you. Is there anything that you are promoting show-wise or anything that you would want to share with the children?
You can find me online pretty much everywhere, just Vanilla Meringue. I've managed to get that username almost everywhere. So thank you. Just at Vanilla Meringue. Yeah, you can also find me at Oasis. I'm there all the time. And I have a lot of things coming up that I'm excited about, but nothing in particular, just the drag grind, the grind of doing it.
The grind. Well, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Threads. You can find me on Instagram.
I'm on Threads.
Yes.
Fuck you, Elon Musk. You can capture that one too. Fuck you, Elon Musk.
The wink.
I've had one cocktail. This is what happens.
So it's some version of MeMeCherry on the Twitters, the Instagrams, all those things. If you are listening to the audio version of the podcast, please come over to YouTube. We're super cute in person.
Hello.
In video.
I'm wearing my Barbie merch because it's happening. Yes. I bought in.
I'm actually buying nice clothes again. Look at me.
Yeah. I love that.
So subscribe. What else am I supposed to do as an influencer?
I don't know.
I guess that's it, right? The subscribe.
Give us a little dance.
That's for the live show.
That's how you'll get followers. That's what I've learned. Just give a little sexy dance. Not really. Don't listen to me for followers.
Well, Vanilla, you're a dream.
Thank you. So are you.
You're so sweet.
Thank you.
You're so talented.
Thank you.
You're beautiful.
Thank you.
You're gorgeous.
Thank you.
You're gentle.
Yes. Sometimes.
And with that, we're going to say thank you. Come back. We have so many amazing shows lined up. At this point, if everybody shows up, have a weekly podcast for you guys through September.
Whoa! Booked and blessed.
So all these kids better show up, okay? With that, we say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
MeMeCherry presents a series of fortunate events. Fortunate events.